Welcome back to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill and happy Air Max Day, everyone. Today we are going to be covering the Air Max 1 1986 Big Bubbles. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back, everyone, to another unboxing and review. Today is Air Max Day, so happy Air Max Day to all of you Air Max lovers out there. I am one of those. Probably some of the first sneakers I ever started collecting were Air Max editions, different editions obviously, but this is definitely where I began really truly falling in love with sneakers. So today we are going to be covering the iconic Air Max 1 1986 Big Bubble. So we'll go through the overview, jump into size and fit on these, followed by how I styled this classic colorway, and then we will conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So let's jump right into it. For those of you who are on the sneakers app constantly, you probably noticed that Tinker Hatfield has been kind of all over the page lately, which I'm absolutely loving seeing that legend on there, really talking about history. So this sneaker is truly a historical sneaker that has made it on the map for years and years. This came out in 1986, so it has been a long time since the original release of this classic silhouette and colorway. One of the cool things about this is the inspiration came when sneakers were new to the game with Tinker Hatfield. He was just getting into the sneaker industry, and Nike really needed help on some inspiration and creating a new silhouette. So after he came back from a trip from Paris, this is what he drew. And I just can't imagine just right off the bat drawing some magical creation like this, but he is absolutely so talented. This was what he concocted up. It was really cool as well. They showed a Air Max Zero and kind of explained exactly how sometimes you can go really futuristic, which is probably the safer bet because you can always scale it down, which is what he decided to do with this Air Max 1. So on the front, we've got just nice, simple white on the toe box for the meshing, and then just red on the front of the toe box. White crisp laces, white meshing on the tongue, and again, hits of that red on the Nike and Air Max logo. Let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. All right, so wrapping around to the side paneling on the eyelets, and the underlays underneath that swoosh is in a very light heather gray tone, and then over that the swoosh is in a nice just pop of red, which you also see is captured here on the eyelets up above. As we wrap around to the back, we've got the embroidered Nike Air logo, as well as more trimming on the bottom of that heel in red, which works its way again all the way through the lateral side. The interior for the insole is white and red. And of course, where this sneaker got its name is this air unit here. You can see how massive that air bubble is. As you can see over time, I actually brought out just the most recent, of course, Air Max 1 that we are known to see others wearing on foot. But this bubble, as you can see, is quite smaller in comparison to the big bubble that was used on the 1986 version. One of the reasons that they decided to actually scale down that bubble is because of fear of cracking. So definitely still love the big bubble, but I also, of course, love my Air Max 1s with the smaller bubble as well. Just nice to have a piece of history on these. So the rest of the midsole is completed in white, and then the outsole is in black, red, and a white color scheme. Before we look at those last and final details, I do want to show you this box just because I think it is a sick box. So we've actually got the bubbles on the bottom of the box here, and it is exactly the same as the sneakers. So I love how they incorporated that in there. And of course, we've got this translucent see-through swoosh mark at the top, so you can kind of actually see the sneakers when it's inside the box. And then it has this kind of vintage, scratched up, aged look as if this box really came from 1986. So I love the packaging that they decided to add in with this drop. So let's take a look at all of those last and final details. Now let's talk about size and fit. So it released in kids as well as women's and men's. So I actually copped an additional pair on sneakers just because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get one the day of, but I was able to. So definitely going to have some backups for the rest of the years just in case these don't re-release. But definitely stick true to size on this. I'm a 7.5 in men's, and this is the men's version. All right, so now let's jump into how I style this classic colorway. Finding the right kind of red can be very complicated, but luckily I was able to really find some close enough pieces that almost matched the red hue perfectly. So I decided to go with a little bit more of a dressier feel on this look with some wide legged denim pants and a nice pop of red on this blazer. For this look, I decided to wear some just simplistic skinny denim pants. And then for the top, I decided to go with this knitted sleeveless top. I loved this top just because it's got white and red just dispersed throughout. And of course, that's predominantly the color combination that you see on the color blocking for this sneaker. For this look, I wanted to keep it super casual and very comfortable. There's hits of a lighter shade of gray on these, so I really wanted to just keep it pretty simplistic and monochromatic with an all gray look. So I decided to go with my Stussy Nike collaboration with this nice simplistic hoodie and then some matching sweatpants to just make it a very even-keeled look, but also to make the sneaker more of a standout piece.
you're gone. On and on. Watching the stars collide into the ceiling. Heartbreak high is just a feeling. Baseline blue making you wanna move. Ooh, 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 ooh. Watching the light waves, I wanna believe it. Heartbreak high is just a feeling. Dancing through all the pain you've been through. Ooh, 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 ooh. Forget all your troubles and all your other lovers. Tonight let's have a ball, 'cause all the hearts are lighting up. Colors that bring you back to life. Dreaming inside a disco.
Now let's conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So these retailed at $150, and right now, depending on your size, they are starting slightly above at $170. So hopefully you were able to snag a pair today. All right, that is it for this unboxing and review. Again, happy Air Max Day to every single one of you. Hopefully you're rocking some amazing Air Maxes and celebrating the day with us, and celebrating the man himself who created this, Tinker Hatfield. All right, that's it for today. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you on the next episode.